Communicate.
Communicate.
Find some way to communicate.
Stephen and I communicate a little more subtly.
There's an old conjuration that the ancient Turks used to communicate with the dying. So this spell is used to communicate with people who can't talk.
显露通讯
Communication.
Communication.
I mean, the only way to engage Dad in any meaningful communication is to start the conversation with your name.
Isn't it funny how communication goes right out the window when you're scared and hurt?
Since I left Iowa, she stopped all communication.
The pleasure of her communication was just too much for her.
We got 2 lines of communication.
交流
Communicative.
Communicative.
He was communicative when he was admitted at 6 o'clock a.m.
I could pretend to be polite, courteous, and communicative.
I just sense that it would be good for you to be a little bit more communicative.
Today I feel disposed to be gregarious and communicative, and I believe you could amuse me.
He's very, very communicative, very accessible.
健谈的
Communion.
Communion.
He has entered a new communion.
He still has his communion money.
That giving communion is not a reward for the virtuous, it is food for the starving.
We study every day for First Communion.
共享
Communicate.
Communicate.
And yet, you build a wall because you read a communique that mentions the word zombie?
It is a cry for help intended as a private communique.
Our European sections intercepted a German communique that was sent from Cairo to Berlin.
We intercepted a communique from an Indian general saying they were fighting the Rakshasa. Translation.
公报
Communism.
Communism.
Chaplain Charlie will tell you about how the free world will conquer communism.
Communism has to be stopped.
Say no to drugs, say no to communism, and always practice safe sex by not doing it.
We thought we were fighting communism, but in the end, it was all about who gets what, you know?
Well, you describe your views on communism as pro, anti, neutral.
共产主义
Communist.
Communist.
And the international communist conspiracy to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
Don't you see the rest of the country looks upon New York like we're left-wing communist Jewish homosexual pornographers?
J. Robert Oppenheimer was a sufficiently hardened communist that he volunteered information to the Soviets.
That fluoridation is the most monstrously conceived and dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face.
You insisted on bringing on your brother Frank, a known communist.
共产主义者
Communitarian.
Communitarian.
公有社会的
Community.
Community.
All 200 members of the pool community simultaneously swiveled their heads to see the body.
And my first choice is the community health clinic I interviewed with yesterday.
A lot of support in the Black community.
Money from community chest and chants goes into the middle.
Sam Crow, community servant.
社区
Commutation.
Commutation.
He refused a lawyer and a request for commutation of his death sentence.
Look, I think it's important that we just keep the artist talking, and I honestly think that we need to consider his commutation request.
The $200,000 for a commutation to life.
Your commutation order signed by the governor.
交换
Commute.
Commute.
I hereby commute your sentence and order that you be imprisoned for the remainder of your miserable, moribund, mutton-chop life.
I've got to commute you.
Well, I commute to San Luis Obispo twice a week.
Well, last time I checked, they don't commute a man's sentence just because he's homesick.
Yeah, I say, give me some that says I get up every morning at 5:30 and commute for an hour and a half to some bullshit job.
交换代偿
Commuter.
Commuter.
A commuter recorded what happened on their phone and posted it online.
And I was just thinking that we should really just try to resolve this now, instead of being a commuter couple during our first year of marriage, you know?
It's changed a lot over the years, what with the expansion of Gatwick Airport
and it's actually become something of a commuter town now, partly because of its proximity.
There's got to be another commuter flight.
Well, when we had that little scare about Miss Kubelik, I thought I'd better get rid of it quick, so I threw it out the window of the commuter train.
乘公共车辆上下班者。
Compact. Compact.
Bruder, compact your gear to the essentials.
You know how much one of those new compact cars cost?
Is there any music on the compact disc? It's a lot more compact than the Flaming Sword, but it's not nearly as impressive.
The Odyssey's compact reactor.
紧凑的使紧密结合变坚实。
Companion. Companion.
All I can say is that your daughter and her companion might be in a position to help the country.
My companion of honor.
We need to get you a nice companion rat that you can love, play with.
What's the companion policy on dating?
Your companion was very kind to me when I was a lonely little boy.
朋友，陪伴。
Companionable. Companionable.
Companion should be companionable.
But after all, it's companionable living with your own kin when you've no husband or wife of your own.
He's getting quite companionable.
So for everybody's sakes, let's just enjoy a companionable silence.
Well, Joseph, this is very nice and companionable.
友善的。
Companionship. Companionship.
Alcohol, tobacco, female companionship.
Food, companionship, decent gin. Hardly a day when there aren't a considerable number of important general officers in residence, usually with the benefit of female companionship.
If I had to rely on you for companionship, I should expire of loneliness.
What he wants is my companionship.
交往。
Company. Company.
I got these to keep me company.
And I sure would like some sweet company.
Hope and pray that you will not slight them and compel them to go into low company.
I never thought I'd find the company of a human so intriguing.
This is the name and the phone number of the specialist who the insurance company approves of.
公司，陪伴，交往。
Comparable. Comparable.
A comparable retroactive bonus on your sale price.
And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable.
I don't know if it's comparable, but I decided in any case to find out why he hadn't taken the bait.
Nonetheless, it's dramatically much more effective than the comparable sequence in the novel, where Arthur takes Brenda and her sister to the fair.
They're more comparable to tabloids.
可比较的。
Comparative. Comparative.
Comparative what?
I have made a comparative analysis.
I teach comparative literature here.
We hear a lot about the great social mobility in America, with the focus usually on the comparative ease of moving upwards.
We're comparative newcomers.
比较的，对手。
Comparatively. Comparatively.
I feel comparatively healthy.
I mean, I'm comparatively normal for a guy raised in Brooklyn.
Then she was quite young, comparatively unspoiled.
Well, MS Cedric, Harold, and Eastley have had only comparatively minor effects.
When I was 9, I lived in a crack house, so I'm pretty sure the multiplex is a comparatively safe environment.
比较的。
Compare. Compare.
God, when you compared him to Marco.
I figured this was my chance to meet the infamous Buff and compare notes.
In your experience, how does Horace Green compare to the other schools that you've taught at?
There's nobody to compare with her and her sister.
You can't even compare the two.
比较，相比。
Comparison. Comparison.
For comparison, maybe it's just too far.
I mean, your life is so colorful by comparison.
I don't consider the comparison an insult.
There's no comparison.
What is my reputation in comparison to that?
比较。
Compartment. Compartment.
As your friend, you know I'm concerned about your well-being, which is why I took the precaution of putting some adult diapers in your glove compartment.
Remember the time when you were in jail and you told me about your secret compartment?
Wasn't the door locked on your side of the door that communicated with Mr. Ratchet's compartment when you went to bed?
When you get to the hotel, park your truck. Put the keys in the glove compartment. Then come back in an hour.
You'd flood the whole compartment.
分隔间。
Compartmentalize. Compartmentalize.
And doesn't compartmentalize herself to the same extent that she does with her other clients.
Damn, that woman can compartmentalize.
No, I mean, he didn't compartmentalize.
To compartmentalize my life. Just till I figure this out.
划分。
Compass. Compass.
Captain, without your display compass, hitting your target destination is mathematically impossible.
I need that compass of yours, Jack.
It's a compass.
There's my twisted moral compass.
Winter Compass Communications is headed in the right direction.
指南针，包围。
Compassion. Compassion.
It's mercy, compassion, and forgiveness I lack, not rationality.
People, compassion, Frank.
Saj, I just brought you in here, okay, so that you could have a little compassion for Ryan and everything that she's going through.
So I'm to understand what you did was an act of compassion.
This bully at school, he needs your compassion.
同情。
Compassionate. Compassionate.
Because if you meet a kind, caring, compassionate transgender man, he will take you to a store to buy the dick of your choice.
Hey, I'm a compassionate insect.
Look, I know you're having some really tough times right now, but I also know that you can be compassionate.
Some people would see me as being compassionate or soft-hearted or whatever.
To wit, I will be giving your universe a swift and compassionate end.
慈悲的，怜悯。
Compatibility. Compatibility.
Calculating compatibility.
Dear Computator, welcome to the world of automated compatibility.
Is this your compatibility test?
Remember, it's about compatibility.
You two share compatibility in terms of gender, body size, and your synaptic maps.
兼容性。
Compatible. Compatible.
Paul was just too reserved to be compatible with someone like me.
The Arabs and the Israelis are perfectly compatible as far as I can tell.
The vibranium atoms aren't just compatible with the tissue cells, they're binding them.
This framework is not compatible.
We are drift compatible.
能共处的。
Compatriot. Compatriot.
But soon you will all be joining your deranged compatriot, Harley Quinn.
My compatriot.
Oh, your compatriot, the late Mr. Walt Disney, is preserved on ice.
She was a friend and a compatriot.
You are the first compatriot of mine to come to my academy.
同国人，同国的。
Compel. Compel.
Compel anything we say.
No. Nothing to compel her to keep going.
So we won the motion to compel, and the government's released all the evidence that they have against you.
The mere fact of your capture will compel the Allies to alter their plans, but this, it seems, is not enough.
强迫。
Compelling. Compelling.
Fascinating dates and compelling cases.
I've got a compelling reason not to lose my cool.
Obviously, this plague doomsday scenario is considerably more compelling when reality supports it with a virulent disease, whether it's the bubonic plague, smallpox, or AIDS.
You are the district attorney, and I've given you compelling evidence to investigate Leibendauer Enterprises.
Your passion is compelling, Joe.
强制的。
Compendium. Compendium.
Compendium of all human knowledge.
And then there's the new book, the compendium.
But loved by Carrel, I would be loved by every sailor in France. Because Carrel is a compendium of all their masculine and naive virtues.
Nicolas Remy's Immunolatria Libri and Compendium Maleficarum by Francesco Maria Guaso.
12 years ago, they were part of a research team for the OSS, attempting to create a synthetic intelligence, a compendium of spy knowledge.
纲要。
Compensate. Compensate.
Compensate me, okay?
Here, this should more than compensate you for your trouble.
See, the people you steal things from, they have insurance to compensate them.
Tell me, does the toppling of American missiles really compensate for having no hands?
They compensate by having a great sense of humor.
偿还。
Compensation. Compensation.
And those papers are not just forms and statistics and claims for compensation.
Compensation for last night's unfortunate incident.
Compensation for my brother-in-law's car.
However, despite your painful decision to separate from us, you are still our daughter, and we feel we have a moral and legal right to compensation for the expense.
You must either accept the compensation, such as these, or drive yourself mad with the frustrations of waiting and waiting.
补偿
compete, compete,
And Cav's driving me nuts, trying to compete with the Russians by going full-on Kentucky Fried Redneck.
Based on progress and consistency in workouts, I've selected the 4 athletes who will compete in the IG Classic.
Certainly, for these London fans to get to watch him compete, a real treat.
This is where we march down to Martha Stewart and demand a damn blurb so we can compete with the machine.
竞争
competence, competence,
Competence is becoming most taxing. I told you that, incompetence.
It's a shame you couldn't have something like my competence.
My wife has every competence.
This created doubts in his mind as to the Kane's competence to be returned to combat.
胜任
competent, competent,
Someone any competent attorney can eat for breakfast.
Competent, but predictable.
They thought I was competent.
What you needed was a competent one.
The services of a competent psychiatrist who might.
能干的
competition, competition,
For this year's speech competition.
I mean, the competition wouldn't want to see you triple the size of your retail empire, would they?
I think it is the first time Katie Lamar will know the meaning of the word competition.
It's not a competition because everyone here is already...
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Competition is way too steep. But stick a sign with you and a baby in your arms and just watch the middle class.
竞争
competitive, competitive,
Competitive first 5 minutes.
He does have a competitive streak.
I think it was because she was feeling a little romantically competitive with Kylie and me.
It was like really competitive for a beer style rec league.
It's competitive.
竞争的
competitor, competitor,
I want you to be a better competitor.
Remember, if you wish to keep ahead of your competitor, you cannot afford to ignore the importance of the billows feeding machine.
She's wasting you because she's really a competitor.
This makes you my competitor.
Yeah, the rule says that every competitor must compete, otherwise...
竞争者
compilation, compilation,
It's a compilation of songs I used to listen to during some of my early formative relationships,
My definitive gangster rap compilation.
Now, the making of a good compilation tape is a very subtle art, many do's and don'ts.
That's a compilation of thoroughbred bloodlines.
Your Honors, at this time, I'd like to present a compilation of general misjudgments. Half of them fear-based, half of them just stupid.
编辑
compile, compile,
And I wondered if you might compile a list of suitable replacements.
I just compile surveys, Andy.
It's going to take time to compile.
To compile a list of convicted felons who, according to Florida law, would not be allowed to vote.
Top-notch investigators, a ballistics expert, a psychologist to compile profiles of desirable jurors, and you can be sure.
编译
complacency, complacency,
And your eye goes long lulled into complacency and then...
See, that's the beauty of complacency, Jude.
That sort of remark, Queenie, springs from complacency, arrogance, and a full stomach.
There's no time for complacency.
With infinite complacency, men went to and fro about the globe.
满足
complacent, complacent,
Howard, you're the most complacent son of a...
Abuse me if you want to.
I mean, people just get complacent.
I was getting smug and complacent.
They're so complacent and so content.
To those who say people wouldn't look, they wouldn't be interested, they're too complacent, indifferent, and insulated.
满足的
complain, complain,
Finally, after a couple of weeks, my mother had to go to the post office and complain.
He ran it with his brother-in-law, but mostly what he did was complain about his trips to Vegas to his brother-in-law and to his mother all the time.
I usually complain about dollar store papers, but since we're in the middle of nowhere, I'll just be happy.
If you don't complain, what is this?
抱怨
complainant, complainant,
Complainant is a broken nose, comes with broken ribs.
He represents the complainant.
I wasn't planning to, Your Honor, but the complainant is my daughter.
It occurs to me that there's a part in our movie.
I would appreciate it if you wouldn't speak to the complainant.
The job is to conduct preliminary interviews of the complainant.
发牢骚的人。
Complaint.
Complaint.
Each one attacking the validity of this complaint.
If you're unsatisfied with my level of service, you're well within your right to make a complaint.
Noise complaint.
So Roy's filing a complaint against Krista, arguing she targeted me maliciously.
We were going crazy looking for this complaint.
诉苦。
Compliment.
Compliment.
Cooling fan, or that'll really compliment your crown moldings.
Mr. Van Schoenbeek has specifically created these garments to complement his architectural vision.
They complement my work.
They really complement your coloring.
What are the composer's priorities and what are yours, and how do they complement one another?
补足物，补充。
Complementary.
Complementary.
And you two find that your lives are complementary?
Angle C and angle B are complementary.
Complementary. Got it.
It's such an interesting blend of two very different styles, but somehow perfectly complementary.
Odorless pheromones that correspond to a complementary genetic signal.
补充的。